Okay, today I'm going to show you how I turn on the arcade. Television, you guys know how to do that. Computer hidden down there in the dark, you guys know how to do that. RCA sign, which gives off just a heck of a lot of light over there. It's really hard. There we go, she focused. Lights up the table nicely. And this black light just off the rocker switch on the power strip there. Jukebox, it's really hard to see, but once I get some games fired up, I'll show you when I shut it off, actually. I just got a little push button on top there that powers up the computer. In fact, we'll get some music playing now. Gets that computer turned on. We'll get the other ones on just to get some more light down here. I got these little nifty remotes. Bought them from Menards, incredibly cheap. 13 bucks or something like that after Christmas last year. So we'll turn a couple on just to get some light. Just on. This will be the left Hydro Thunder, the right Hydro Thunder. Here comes Golden Tee, who's usually shy about his marquee light. It appears so today. He doesn't want to come on, but that's fine. The game should be powering up. Next controller. This will be 0 Point, which this game boots incredibly fast and just to a beautiful screen. Extreme Hunting, Big Buck Hunter comes next. See? Pretty slick there, isn't it? Now we got one more remote left, chilling up top here. Same thing. Left side's on, right side's off. One, fortunately, that's our dead Cruising World, so no need of pushing him. 2 turns on Time Soldiers. 3, the boring, but you have to have it just because everybody asks. Do you got Pac-Man? Do you got Gauntlet? Galaga, sorry, not Gauntlet. Blech. Whatever. There are a handful of good games on there. You gotta have Donkey Kong, you gotta have Pac-Man. Doesn't really get played, but you gotta have it. Fortunately, once again, he is shy. If I bang on him enough, he will light up, but ain't nobody got time for that right now. So we're at under $45 there to control those 3, these 3, him if he worked, Time Soldiers, and the 16 one. Originally, like Hydro Thunder, for example, like I can't even film where the power is, but if you go in from here about 4 inches, you're going to find the rocker switch on top of the game. And if you're on Hydro Thunder on the end one and you can get to the side of the game, that's not so bad. Now how do you do it on the one that's inside? I can't have my kids climbing all over trying to turn them on when they want to play. You can run multiple games off of each switch if you wanted. They're rated for, I want to say, 20 amps, which is huge. But what's nice is my games break a lot, and it's nice to be able to turn on just one. Not have to turn one on with a collapsed monitor that's stuck in reset. Golden Tee, 0 Point, Sammy, Buck Hunter, for example, all their power switches are in the very back, on the floor level, back corner of the cab. You can't get to those. So then I had a bunch of power strips rigged up, you'd flip toggle switches, and it was a pain. And then you could fire up the whole row of games, but you couldn't turn on just one. And you'd sit there trying to figure out which cord is which, and plugging and unplugging, it was just a pain. Now for the main cab, fortunately I did switch computers, so the USB is hot all the time. But on the back of him, I got just a single arcade button. Just like that. I can't even show it to you, but I'll show you the TV while I turn it on. I just reach back, right there, click that. That actually turns on the marquee. It turns on the audio amp, which is inside the cabinet. And that's currently booting up right now. That's just running Windows 7. Give it a couple seconds and she'll be up on Hyperspin. We'll come back to that in a second. But pretty neat little setup. It works. The change machine, although it does work, it hasn't been plugged in for a couple months because everything is on free play. And why do you need quarters down here? Push start, push start. There we got Pac-Man going. Woohoo! Do you have a Pac-Man? I do. Feel free to come and play it. You'll be bored really quick. But let's see if this Hyperspin is up and running yet. No, it's taking forever. We do run Hyperspin on this setup also with this pedestal. Bunch of MAME trackball games and stuff. They're not all that good. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, you missed it. But anyways, here's a Hyperspin intro. I'm sure you're all familiar with that. So now we'll power everything down Also, once again, just as easy. Actually, hold on, I'll show you this power button while I can. This is one little button there. Just give that a tap. That wakes the computer up and puts it to sleep. Actually turns it on and turns it off, but then off is just as easy. Bing, bing, bing. You get the idea there. Cabinet, same idea. It'll shut off the marquee. It'll shut off the audio amp. Reach behind it. Give her a little tap. And of course, now is when it'll probably lock up. But no, hold on, waiting for its programs to close. I just used an automotive relay off the 12-volt feed of the PC. I'm using that relay to turn on the marquee, 110 volt, and turn on the audio amp, which is deep inside the bowels of the cabinet, but it works. Well, while we're waiting for that to turn off, come over to the jukebox. I'll put a link to this feller. Great background music for anything game related. But give this little press and hold. Beautiful background, and she's shutting down as well. That's currently being a little, it'll go. Also on the front of the cab, you can't see it because we're dark and scary down here. I got 2 USB ports. The top USB is for the jukebox computer. The lower one is for the MAME computer, which I actually may have to plug a keyboard into here and use the mouse, shut her down, but whatever. Usually that works, but whenever you want to show something off working, it's always broken. Everybody knows how that goes. Kill the rest of the arcade here. Maybe. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bing. Done. Good night. Party's over. Go home.